We need to build networks, we need to have relationships to get in the door. In overseas markets, you need to be able to relate to people on a personal level, so the importance of networks has been very, very important to us.
Work with NZTE, New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, to really work with their gifted people and talented people to tap into their programs in North America. A wonderful network of mentors and coaches and advisors that can support our companies to be doing great things.
To assess their intellectual property right at the beginning, at the very start, to understand what it is they actually have and what the potential of that IP could be, because ultimately all businesses are founded on ideas and intellectual property.
Getting the product right and the product specifications is the really, really important thing. Deciding what is a totally and utterly fantastic product and then working how to make it.
Commercialisation essentially breaks into three key sort of available options. They are to license to your IP, to sell your IP outright, or to turn it into a product. And you have to figure out which of those three options are available to you, and it might be one or other or a blend of them.
What is the point of difference? Why are people going to choose you rather than choose someone else? So strategy and knowing your point of difference.
Firstly, to determine the channel by which you're going to take your service, your product or your brand to market. And I think in today's day and age there are many different channels, and in some cases your channel might be a multiple channel opportunity.
We need to be very clear about what we're doing there. Now, it doesn't mean we have to come out of the gate with that clear strategy. We may want to go up to market and really spend some time networking and leveraging the relationships that we as Kiwis can have.
If you go in, you can't be too tentative. You have to go in and go in hard. You have to commit and put the resources in you need to be successful. And in most markets, you have to go in for quite some considerable amount of time. Multiple experiments fail fast, and this 80-20-20 rule, which is get 80% of the features in the product done in 20% of the time, 20% of the cost, and then go to market.
If you go into a particular market, don't just rely on your partner. You need to have an understanding of that market. So I can't emphasise enough the knowledge you need to build on in that market. So take the time, visit, understand the market, because the time it's going to really become beneficial to you is when that partner hits a bit of a speed bump, and that might need your support and help, and you're in an appropriate position where you can communicate and engage with them to come up with a solution. That's when that's going to be really beneficial. So don't do a deal and walk away, in other words.
You got to identify what skill gaps you're missing, build up that internal team where required, and then bring in external capabilities, that's hires and advisors.
A good partner can make or break your venture. And there are examples where things have gone astray. So I guess my tip would be to spend as much time as you can to understand the skills and the values and the requirements you might have of a particular partner, because ultimately they're going to be representing your brand.
Back yourself, that it's easy to be intimidated by the fact we are a small company in a small country, but actually what we offer is world leading.
Getting on and doing it, executing. I think a lot of people spend far too much time planning and not doing, and often it's an excuse for not really getting on with it.
It was really good hearing from first-hand experiences of people who are in the market and already trading, and not only the positives but the mistakes that people made.
It's also just the networking with opportunities and people to know that you can touch base with them, float things past them, talk through things. So yeah, in that respect it's been very, very good.
Two words that came out were passion and intensity. Yep. And those are two things that I think we've got to follow to make our business successful.
We're able to take some of the experiences we've got today and actually, put them into our business practices tomorrow, which has been great.